Well, Kansas City, you have regained my attention. You have regained my attention along with everyone else. Congrats on that. But anyways, what's going on, guys? My name is Antonio, and this is the AAS All Around Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, I am going over my preview, prediction, and keys for the AFC Championship game between Mahomes and the Chiefs, and the Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Man, this season has been a rocky ride for both these sides. The Chiefs, coming off a big narrow win against the Bills, their arch nemesis. And Bills fans once again feeling really bad for them right now. But the Chiefs were able to break the hearts of Bills fans once again. And now that whole Manning versus Brady thing is out of the picture entirely. Meanwhile, the Ravens absolutely putting a pounding on Stroud and the Texans a week before. And for the first time in the last 5 years, there will not be an AFC Championship in Arrowhead, which now will be in Baltimore in that stadium. But the question is, who do I have picked in this game and why? So I'm going to go over the reasons why I have the team picked and why. I'm going to go over each team's keys. I'm going to go over what went well for them in the last game and what went wrong for them in the last games of their respective games. And then also, I will be doing a live stream on this game. So be sure to tune in for when I do that live stream. But first, before we get started, I wanted to say two things. First off, I am a Seahawks fan, as you all know from the flag behind me. But I have mass respect for both these sides, and either side is going to win this game, regardless. But number two, one last thing before we get started. If you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you're new, turn on the notification bell for day-to-day updates on my videos and live streams. For now, let's get this thing started. So, of course we know the Ravens are favored in this game at home, as they should be. But Mahomes, when he is down, when he's the underdog, he is 8-3 as the underdog after last week. So I'm going with the Chiefs here because of a few reasons. Number one, the Chiefs have gotten better since the regular season. They were able to put a pounding on the Miami Dolphins in the wild card round, and they were able to win it out close against the Buffalo Bills, which was really close. And we look at the offense, they have gotten so much better since the regular season. They have not dropped too many passes. In fact, they didn't even drop one pass in that game against the Bills. They didn't even drop one pass, which that is highly impressive. And as for the Ravens, they're coming off of a game off their bye week. Of course, they were the 1 seed. Now the Texans, you put a pounding on them. And I was wrong on that prediction. But this is going to be an interesting game. The keys, I'm going to go over the keys for the Ravens, and I'm going to go over the keys for the Chiefs. The keys for the Ravens for their defense is to force the turnovers on Mahomes. We all know Mahomes can work his magic. We know what he can do when it comes to playoff time. In fact, he is 12-2 in the playoffs, having only those 2 losses to Brady, and both led by Brady-led teams. But, of course, another one was by Joe Burrow and the Bengals 2 years ago. But we've all seen, if you keep a lead against them, then this team might try to come back. You cannot give Mahomes that chance. You do not want to give him that magic flair. You do not want that to happen. So you need to force turnovers on Mahomes. You're the number 1 defense in the league, and you need to step up in this big game against maybe supposedly the new GOAT, which he is right now threatening Tom Brady's GOAT status, in my opinion. until he gets the 4 Super Bowls, then we'll have that conversation. But the key for the Ravens offense is to put up as many points as possible. As we all know, Lamar Jackson and this Ravens unit has been so good all year. You don't know if Lamar's going to run. You don't know if he's going to pass. You just never know with Lamar Jackson. You just never know. So if you're gonna get this game in the bag, you need to keep on scoring. Because when Mahomes is down, that's when he tries to get back up and cooking. We saw it in the game against the Bills, and he was able to come back and win against them again. But you need to give your offense a chance. You need to read out their defensive plays. You need to get pouring on them immediately on the opening drive if you get it. So that is my keys for the Ravens. Now let's move over to the Chiefs. The key for the Chiefs' defense is to keep Lamar contained. As we all know, when he escapes the pocket, he knows how to run. And if you're Lamar Jackson, you can break past people in seconds. He's kind of like Josh Allen, but these two sides have never met in the playoffs from what I can recall. The last time these two teams faced off, it was in the Ravens Stadium, and the Ravens actually beat the Chiefs. Now, I don't remember what time of game that was, but I believe that was the last one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But we know Lamar Jackson is going to try to get the Ravens crowd up and running early. We know that. So you need to keep them out of the end zone as many times as you can. And when they do get scores in, you need to come back and answer immediately. Now let's go to the Chiefs offense. The key for the Chiefs offense is to keep trying to come back. We all know Mahomes has got that magic that Brady did when he was a player, which Mahomes kind of started to remind me of Tom Brady. But of course he's not as hot as he is, except that one time where he didn't agree with the call against the Kadarius Toney in the regular season game against the Bills. Other than that, he is still composed. And now, I mentioned this in my live stream, that Kelsey and Mahomes broke Tom Brady and Gronkowski's record, which was most receptions by quarterback and receiver duo in the playoffs. So that's, shout out to both of those brothers. They deserve it. But you need to keep on scoring. You need to get your yards against this Ravens defense. The Ravens defense has been dominant all year long. And if you can't move the ball, you got no chance in this game. Which I have the Chiefs pick, and I'm going to stick to that. But that's my time for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the notification bell for day-to-day updates on my videos and live streams. Before we go, I said my recent prediction was originally Niners and Bills. But now that the Bills are eliminated, I'm changing that whole perspective entirely. I said in my video against the NFC, in the NFC Championship game, I have the Lions. And now I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going for a Week 1 rematch in Arrowhead that will be in Las Vegas and will be a rematch of that Week 1 season opener. I'm going with the Detroit Lions facing off against Kansas City. Now, I might be wrong, so we'll see what happens. But it's do or die for both sides. And remember, I'll be doing a live stream on this game of the Chiefs and the Ravens. And then I'll be also doing a live stream on the 49ers and the Detroit Lions. So, until then, I'll catch you all in the next one. So long for now.